Ladies and gentlemen, Rigathi Gachagua will be a very important political figure come 2027, more especially for those who want to take William Ruto home. He will be a very important person that not just the youths, but even the older generations and other communities in this country will need for William Ruto to get out of power. That is going to form the basis of this analysis here today. But before I take you through, please, if this is the first time you're watching my videos, kindly make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. I know comments are going to come through on my heart, but I'm a cowboy. This is what we do. This is what you wear most of the time. Now, let me dive into the topic today. Rigathi Gachagua, first of all, let me say that he's a very intelligent man up to his level. But whenever you talk to him, whenever he makes a speech, you can tell this guy is very intelligent. He might be having the ways of life that most of us might not like, but at his own capacities, personality, is a very intelligent fella. We also have to admit that Rigathi Gachagua is one of the politicians in the country who have risen very fast to the presidency. One-term MP, here you are, the deputy president. And if William Ruto, actually, he knew very well that Rigathi Gachagua can even be the president even before he finishes his second term. So Rigathi Gachagua cannot just be a deputy president without being smart and calculating his moves well or using his resources well. There are so many people in the country who have money, but they have struggled to be where Rigathi Gachagua reached. So in a nutshell, Rigathi Gachagua is not a man to underrate in any way. Before I take you through on the reasons as to why he's going to be one of the most important figures come 2027, ladies and gentlemen, let me take you briefly through some of the things that I feel Rigathi Gachagua has been, let me say what some of the ways that Rigathi Gachagua has been perceived in the country. Number one, he has been perceived to be a tribalist. A tribalist in the sense that he is campaigning and talking about Mlima most of the time. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot call Rigathi Gachagua for doing that. The issue of shares slightly caught my attention and I didn't like it that much. But the issue of campaigning and talking about Mlima, I think he was just direct, unlike many other politicians who are slightly beating around the bush when they are talking about their communities. Why am I saying that we should not blame Rigathi Gachagua for talking about the mountain, Mlima? William Ruto before 2010 constitution, he campaigned against the new constitution we have, the 2010, within the Rift Valley. And that is how he got to win the support and become the kingpin of the Rift Valley. He went against what every Kenyan wanted, the new constitution. He campaigned Bomet, Kericho, Elgeyo Marakwet, Baringo, Uasin Gishu, all over. Even went against the best constitution ever we can have as a country, simply to get what we call support of his people. If you look at right now, there's no noise within the Kalenjin land, because William Ruto is in charge. If it goes to the ballot right now, with the tribal mentality that we do have as Kenyans, if it doesn't change, the Kalenjin people will give him the votes. Raila Amolo Odinga is from Luo Nyanza. As we speak today, he has championed for the needs of those people at his own capacity in the name of campaigning. And that's how he managed to become the kingpin. And after winning the Luo Nyanza, then he moved to the rest of the country. Ali Hassan Joho, now and then, it keeps on talking about what happens within the coastal region. Every now and then, they are talking of people. Actually, some of the top leaders from that region, they talk about watu wa pwani kusauliwa, watu wa pwani wanataka maendeleo. Just like what Rigathi Gachagua was saying, watu wa mlima. When we talk about Western Kenya, we have leaders that have come out to talk in support of the unity of the people of Western, development record, and many other things. So in a nutshell, from those few examples I've just given, you cannot call Rigathi Gachagua a tribal man. You cannot. Now, why is Rigathi Gachagua going to be very important come 2027? Number one on the list, to take William Ruto home, we must have a united mountain against William Ruto. Simple and clear. Whether the Gen Z or the youth of this country decide to vote, we know they cannot vote to the maximum unless a miracle happens. Why? Even Ruto has Gen Zs with him. All these other leaders, even Raila has his own Gen Zs. So to get the unity where all Gen Zs, youths in this country are speaking the same language, it won't take time. It will take time. It won't just be that fast. The spirit, the willingness is there. At some point it will be achieved. But as per now, we can only be sure of a few things. I don't mean that Gen Zs and youths of this country will not vote against William Ruto. They will. But I'm saying we might not, but there's a possibility we can achieve it, but we might not entirely vote against President William Ruto. I do videos here on TikTok. I see the comments I get from the youths. So we are able to tell that we are not yet united the way it's supposed to be against William Ruto or against bad governance. Because also we know Raila Amolo Odinga and Ruto are fighting seriously to have the tribal game in 2027 because there is where they thrive best. So if they manage to drag us there, that means eventually we are going to have a difficult time going forward to take William Ruto home. Now, ladies and gentlemen, so if the mountain is united, they vote against William Ruto. We just need a few votes from the other parts of the country to take William Ruto home very early in the morning. That's why we are saying that Rigathi Gachagua is important to ensure that the mountain is united and behind and against President William Ruto. Important. The other thing I want to say as to why Rigathi Gachagua is an important figure in 2027 is because he's a grassroots mobilizer. This guy can speak to the grandmother to the village in Atamskia because he knows what to articulate or what to tell the people, how to say it. He's a very painful man to listen to when you are against him, but a very interesting man when he's on your side. So in a nutshell, you need Rigathi Gachagua to be present and mobilize the way he did in 2027, probably in 2022, but even more than that, because we know William Ruto as well is working very hard to split the mountain, to get votes from all over. He's even trying to create a mountain in northeastern and western, but we know I'm going to do a video on that so that we can extensively see whether the mountain can be replaced. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's why we need Rigathi Gachagua. Another thing I want to say here is that, Raila Amolo Odinga's votes are not going to be few the way people think. If Luo Nyanza vote for at least even 60% vote for Ruto, already could be heading at 4 or 5 million. Assuming it's going to be tribal the way it has been. Picking a few from the coast where Joe has been campaigning for him and a few from other parts of this country, you will get significant amount of votes. So therefore, having Rigathi Gachagua can give us motivation as a country. That despite William Ruto is having huge support from other politicians, we have the Mount Kenya region that is solidly against William Ruto. And Rigathi Gachagua is the person who can maintain that, who can tell people to come out and vote because Uhuru Kenyatta is lately now watching on TV nowadays. That would be the best thing that can happen in this country. People could be asking, why is it that you want William Ruto to go home? It's because we want, if a leader does something that's unconstitutional, goes against the human rights, this person goes home and actually does not deserve to be in office. Things like abductions and killings are not supposed to happen in this country in any way. No reason to justify that. And still, William Ruto has the confidence to go and vie for presidency. According to me, that is the reason as to why people should vote him out come 2027. I don't know what's your take. Please let me see in the comment section, you guys, whether do we need Rigathi Gachagua in 2027 or not. Let me also thank you guys for those who've been supporting me. Actually, I'm at 5,000 subscribers. As we are moving to the next level of 10,000, please help me achieve the 5,000 within the shortest time possible. That's the best support once again you can always give Mokwa Times. See you next time.